Alright guys, just pulled up to Gary's house. We're gonna be getting a bike today. We gotta take Gary's truck because it's cold outside. Mine doesn't have heat right now. Load up the ramp. Oh yeah, here we go. I just bought a brand new bike 2 weeks ago, Triumph, but we're gonna go get another bike today. This is actually gonna be the first video of a build series I'm gonna do on this bike. We got the guy down to a really good price, so we're gonna go pick it up. Not gonna record picking it up, but if all things go right, it'll be right there next time I pick up the video. Got the bike, got it home. This is actually a 450 that I used to own. Sold it to the guy, he blew it up, had some stuff done, could never get it started again. So I bought it back for cheap. He had a $800 top end put in, so I'm assuming they just messed up the timing, but we'll see what happens. Get this thing unloaded, start tearing it apart. All right, here it is. It's a 2005 Yz450 or Yz450F, whatever you want to call it. It's in pretty bad shape cosmetically. It also doesn't run. So I'll give you kind of the plan for this build and a little bit of backstory on the bike itself. So starting with the plan, just gonna strip it down. And first, we're gonna work on getting it running before we do anything cosmetically. Eventually, yeah, I'm gonna do plastics, graphics, all that stuff. But first, I gotta figure out why it's not running and get it running. The backstory on this bike is 2-3 years ago, maybe, my buddy wanted me to get a bike. So I went on Marketplace, I found this bike, listed for $2,000. I offered the guy $1,500 after I went and rode it. It worked all right at that point, but he took the $1,500. So I got this bike, took all the graphics off of it because it was pretty ugly in my opinion. I wanted to start getting into hill climbing a little bit, not competitively or anything, but I found some TKI extensions, bought those for $500, put it on the bike. I ended up selling this one because I wanted to buy a new bike. So I sold it to some guy that I knew for $2,000, which is what I had into the bike and the extensions. He took the bike and I guess he only had issues with it, which I don't know, kind of felt bad about it, but not really because it ran pretty good when I used it. So he blew it up and then he paid some guy to try to fix it. He said that they put a $800 top end kit in it. I don't know, you know, the truth behind that, if that is really what happened or not, but it still doesn't run. So I wanted to buy it back from him a while ago. I offered him some money. He didn't take it. So about a week ago, I offered him a lot less money and he said that he needed to get $1,500 for it minimum. So I said, whenever you want this problem out of your hands, just let me know and I'll take it for the amount that I offered him. And he said he had to wait. So then a day later, he reached back out to me and said that he would take my offer, and now it's my bike again. So I really want to get this thing running. I want it to look good. I want it to run good. It was a lot of fun when I had it before. So that's kind of the backstory of this bike. But like I said, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna tear it down and we're gonna try to figure out why the engine won't run. So we're gonna check timing is the first thing I'm gonna look for. Before we open it up and get in the timing and everything, I checked spark. We have spark. It rotates. Everything seems to turn over fine. Doesn't seem to have any snags or hookups or grinding, anything like that. Sprayed some ether in while I was kicking it because I knew I had spark, but nothing was happening. So I'm thinking we either don't have compression or the timing is way off. So we're gonna start tearing this thing down. Dumb as it sounds, the first roadblock we're running into is getting the airbox off of the carb. I'm just struggling to get something up there to loosen that hose clamp right there. Or not hose clamp, but loosen that clamp right there. So I'm gonna figure that out and we'll get back to it. Got the airbox off. Ended up having to take the rear shock out so I can rotate this enough to get something on that clamp. but we'll get back to the teardown. Camera cut out. I took off the upper triple clamp, got my forks out, got the carb out of there. One thing that I want to tackle right away before I forget is I got to cut these, do a butt connector, put them together. This was for a kill switch that didn't work and I just don't want this exposed. So before I forget about this, I'm going to do it right now. Got that done before I forgot about it. Let's get back to tearing this thing down. That's pretty much teardown complete. Just got the engine out. This stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and get that all nice and clean. And then we're gonna get working on that. Just got the swing arm off, getting this thing kind of prepped for me to take it outside to pressure wash it and get it all cleaned up. All the parts are laying here. Everything in bags, labeled of course, because I would forget. That's going to be it for part 1 of the build series, basically just a tear down in this episode. Next episode, we're going to be tearing into the engine right there. We're going to check timing, like I said at the beginning of the episode. We're probably going to dig a little bit deeper into it as well. I know it was leaking, so we might have to split the case and reseal everything, but we'll just see what happens.